Hey, how you doing? Paul James.
Big Mo, Eric Mosley.
And we are live on the Ohio Stadium field, and the Buckeyes warming up. You'll see them behind us, if you see up there, kind of thing.
Right back there.
Yeah, right back there. So, we're getting ready. Tulane, the game kicks off at 3:30, and this is a national game. BTN's all over the place, and we're just getting ready for the game. Should be a good one. The Buckeyes, we talked earlier, their biggest key is to get the job done quickly.
Absolutely. I think the Buckeyes want to come out and really pound the ball and want to run tempo. It's really going to be that type of game today where they just keep it moving, keep it going. And I think that there will still be a few things they'll want to work on. Obviously, I think the running game, keep it going, but let's see if they may put both backs in at the same time. I'd love to see something like that where Haskins and Dobbins are in at the same, or not Haskins and Dobbins, Weber and Dobbins are in at the same time. But really, it's just a continuation of what you're doing. You're trying to keep this train moving.
There you go. Good stuff. And like I said, our big key is the fact that we think Ohio State needs to go out and score and score and score and score quickly here in the first half so that the second team can take over, and they've got time to get ready for Penn State next week. And Tate Martell gets a ton of reps with the second team.
Yeah, you want him to keep getting reps. I don't think you keep the starters in for too long, mostly because you want to keep them fresh. You want to avoid injury, but it's a clear day. It's a dry day. So maybe into the beginning of the third quarter, depending on where they're at, but definitely I think Tate Martell might get into this game by the 5th or 6th series on offense.
Yeah, in some cases it's kind of chilly. It is breezy down here, so that's going to be interesting, although it looks like the breeze hasn't changed at all. It is basically going left to right here as you're watching the game today on TV, and it hasn't really changed in the last hour and a half that we've been there. Defensively, no Nick Bosa, so that changes some things a little bit.
It does, but I think it's like we've said, next man up. I think they've got some great interior linemen. They've got Chase Young at one end position. It's just going to be, these guys know what to do. So I'm not worried about the defensive front four. I think they're going to be fine. It's at the linebacker position where I think they've just got to start stepping it up a little bit more, and they have to get more consistent. I also want to see our DBs and our secondary put some more pressure on. This might be a week where you may see a few more blitzes from the corner and from the secondary just to kind of change things up. Each week you want to build on something that you've done previously.
Okay, how about our opponent? We're playing Tulane. They're ranked 98th in the country. They're not a good football team. They're better offensively than defensively, but that doesn't really say much.
It doesn't. We mentioned it in the podcast. This is a money game for them. Right. This is a way for the school to make some easy money. So I think they're going to come in and play hard. I don't think they're just going to come in and roll over, but they're just outmatched in every way. And this is a team that really just hopes that they can make a decent showing in here.
Okay, like every week, you can follow us online, the O Show, the OH Show, that is what we're called. And of course, we've got the game on our radio stations, Magic 95.9 and AM 1490 WMRN. You can follow the O Show on Twitter at OShow1. We'll be live tweeting the game. Eric's going to be handling the Facebook duties on the O Show page. Also, you'll see links to our podcast. And we are on iHeartRadio with the O Show, and should be a good game. We'll keep people abreast of the situation and what's happening, and we'll follow those 8 or 10 different points that we made as far as what we think is going to happen today with the game.
And also, after the game, we will also stream the press conference live. You can go to the O Show page on Facebook, and you'll be able to see the whole press conference, Urban Meyer's first press conference this season after a game. So you don't want to miss that as well.
Yeah, we're also working on some pictures we're going to have up on our website a little later this weekend. One very important picture was Urban Meyer in his first footsteps with his team coming out on this field before anybody got in. It was kind of cool. We got some good shots of that, and of course he hugs every one of his players before they go in the locker room, and that was pretty awesome.
That was really cool, and you just get the feeling this is going to be such a big game for him. It's Tulane. It's not a huge game, but for him personally, this is where his home is. This is where he wants to be.
All right, well, follow us today on Twitter and Facebook. Once again, the O Show 1 is who you follow on Twitter, and the O Show, the OH Show on Facebook. And of course, we are the O Show on iHeartRadio. Paul James.
Big Mo, Eric Mosley.